Hello artists, in this art lesson I will be teaching you how to paint a spooky sunset Halloween landscape. So we'll be using a canvas panel or a stretch canvas. You can work on whichever you have available. And then I'm using acrylic paints to create this. So I have black, white, and then I have two different yellows. I have a lighter yellow and I have a little bit darker yellow. If you don't have these options, you could take one yellow and add a little bit of white to make it a little bit lighter if you need to. And then I also have an orange. I'm putting my paint on a paper plate for a palette, or you could use a regular palette. So then I have a water cup, some water to clean my brushes. I'm using mainly the soft grip brushes by Royal. You may also want, some kind of a fine tip little watercolor brush too. Also works well. I lightly sketch my drawing in charcoal or pencil, and I have some paper towel handy to clean my hands and my brushes and things on. I'm also working on a little bit of paper here on my table so I don't get too much paint. This is an awesome painting to create a fun Halloween painting. You can use your imagination to add as much detail and fun things to it as you like. Have fun, artists.
To begin my painting, I'm going to start with my lightest yellow, and I'm going to do a layer of yellow towards the bottom. And then I'm going to come back with my next color of yellow and do kind of a middle layer and go all the way across. And I'm kind of doing a brush stroke from left to right or right to left to kind of get these horizontal marks. And then I want maybe a clean brush, and I'm going to come through and I'm just going to kind of blend this while it's all wet to make it look like it all kind of flows together. I'm going to dry everything off with my hair dryer. And then I'll come back and I'm going to add another layer of these same colors on here to make sure I have all my canvas board colored. Okay, light color, a little bit darker, and then come back with the darkest orange on top of it to get the top of the sky. Again, come in with a clean brush and blend all this together the best I can to get a gradation of light to dark across my sky. Okay, I felt like I needed a moon in my sky, so I'm doing a little bit of white, and I'm going to mix a little bit of yellow with that to kind of get kind of a moon shape up here. And it could be a crescent, or I decided to go with more of a full moon for the Halloween look. And then I'm going to take a little bit of yellow and just kind of soften it around the edges. Maybe take a clean, dry brush and soften it up a little bit more so it blends in. Dry everything up completely. Okay, then I felt like I should probably draw in what I want for my scene. So I'm taking charcoal pencil, you could use a regular pencil, and I'm going to draw kind of a spooky house. I'm going to indicate where the doors and windows are because I'm going to use the yellows and the oranges in the background to be the windows. Okay, maybe I'll do a little tree over here and a little graveyard, some gravestones on the bottom side. Now I'm taking a small brush and I'm coming through with my black to just kind of outline and fill in the best I can. Again, you have to have your painting completely dry here so I can rest my hand on the painting to not smear it around. I'm kind of indicating some of the outlines, like I said, all the way around the building, and I'm going to kind of fill it in. So I'm using the yellows and the oranges in the background as it be like lights inside the house. So I'm just going to leave those that color, and then I'm going to add some details like to the windows and the door to kind of make it look like there's a little more dimension there to it. Okay, so I'm going to fill in the rest of my house with the black. And then I'm going to paint the foreground, the bottom of my painting in all black. And that will really kind of make that just kind of set in. So again, this is like a sunset scene of a Halloween landscape. And I want to be kind of spooky, so I'm going to add maybe some gravestones and kind of a tree with no leaves on it. whether it's a dead tree or just a tree that lost all its leaves. Again, this filbert works nice because I can get a darker, thick line for the trunk of it at the bottom and get them thinner lines coming up. Again, I'm switching over to a little tiny brush here to get the detail of the tiny branches coming off on the ends of it. I felt like my sky needed a little more detail, so I'm kind of going to paint in some bat shapes. You could draw these in with pencil or charcoal too if you wanted to, or maybe you're going to have a witch flying or something else across it. And then I'm going to come through and dry all my layers and make sure everything's dry, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to come over my black one more time in any place that I felt like I needed another layer to make sure I didn't have any of that board or sky showing through too much. This is a painting that you can really use your imagination and add a lot more things to it, whether it's a scarecrow or pumpkins or more of a graveyard or more of a detailed house. But this is an opportunity to really use your imagination. Here's my finished spooky house fall landscape.
Hey, thanks for joining us on Kid Art Nation. If you enjoyed our videos, it would mean a lot if you like the videos and subscribe to our channel. Remember, you are important, you are amazing, you are an artist.